Hello, and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and I'm here today with some devastatingly awful, horrible news. The sub rate is slowing down. Let's get right. I haven't been able to sleep. I haven't been able to think what is going on. Look at this. It is now predicted that we will hit 100,000 subs in 17 days on December 19th. Only just before the holidays, it projected December 15th. At this rate, we may not hit 100,000 subs before New Year, before the end of 2020. What is going on? What could cause this? How could this be a thing? I have continued to make great and amazing videos. Do you think it was the 5,000 dislikes? Nah, people loved the 5,000 dislikes. No, I have identified it. It has nothing to do with the fact that the holidays have been here and people are watching far less YouTube around the holidays. No, it's nothing like that. It is 100% clearly the fact that I haven't done nearly enough Yorion decks. Yeah, took a bit of a break from them. Played some colorless decks, played mono black decks, played a Thanksgiving food deck, played a Winota deck. The trend is so clear that a 5-year-old who happened to be a grade A statistician could see it. More Yorion, more cards, more views, more subs. Boom, 5 head. So I am proud to announce to you, for the good of the channel, for the good of the land, the 12 days of Yorion, starting today. I'm not saying the 12 days of Yorion will be in a row. I am saying there will be a bare minimum of 12 Yorion decks between now and that time called Christmas, as I record this on December 1st. And we're going to start with this one, Whirlwind of Yorion. Don't worry, they won't be the same Yorion decks you've seen 100 times. They'll be built around the interesting, janky nonsense cards you usually tell me to play, but I don't. Whirlwind of Thought being one of those. But wait a minute. Maybe Whirlwind of Thought isn't that bad. Isn't this just the great henge for spells? That doesn't tap for mana and doesn't gain life and doesn't cost 9 so it doesn't get exiled by Ugin. Isn't this just basically the great henge for spells, everybody? Whirlwind of Thought. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you draw a card. So my idea for this, for a best of one deck, is to surround Whirlwind of Thought with 1,000,000 removal spells so that I'm just getting ahead every time I remove something. So usually when you play spot removal and you remove something, if it also drew a card or did some damage, you're the one who's behind because all you did was remove a threat and the threat already did something. But with Whirlwind of Thought, you draw a card every time you remove a threat. That's pretty sweet. So we play Whirlwind of Thought, we kill all their stuff, we draw 1,000,000 cards, we never run out of things, we find a win con, we win however we want to, basically. And yeah, that's game. Also in the game is Narset, because honestly, one of the only good regular planeswalkers. Ugin's an irregular planeswalker, you know, it's a board wipe, it's an end game, it's this over-the-top play. Not your typical planeswalker at all. Narset's more of a typical 4 mana, a little value here, a little effect there, plus, minus, emblem. Planeswalker. And so Narset of the Ancient Way, as a 4 of in here, gets to play in Jeskai alongside the Whirlwind of Thought, nice and flavorful, alongside another Jeskai card that you don't see much, Mythos of Vidrock. This is a 2 red, 5 damage. You choose among any number of creatures or planeswalkers. If white or blue was spent until your next turn, those permanents can't attack or block, and their activated abilities can't be activated. This was Shatter the Sky. It was also Storm's Wrath for a bit. Eventually, I just started playing with this card, and it still hasn't come up yet where I can't kill what I want to kill that I would want to kill with a Shatter. And I can also just freeze multiple creatures to wait till next turn, so it becomes kind of like a fog lock if you play this over and over. The mana's a bit tricky. Getting double white and double red in this deck is kind of hard. As you're going to see, we have double white for Apparition as well. The blue, though, is super splashy. Nothing requires double blue except one Dream Trawler that we're going to get to in a minute. Skyclave Apparition was too good not to run, particularly in a deck with Glass Casket and Elspeth Conquers Death, so it's the non-Whirlwind triggering card in the deck. I haven't regretted it. 4 copies of Soulseer. Yeah. I want to kill Ashiok, and I want to kill Narset and Vivian, and I want to be able to take out Lovestruck Beast whenever I want to. This, you know... I can't believe I'm running 4 of them, but that's where we're at. You just can't let the opponent untap with a creature or they'll henge you or cleave you, so you have to kill them all. You have to kill them all, and Soulseer is good at the job. So is Fire Prophecy and Scorching Dragonfire, just getting all kinds of rogues dead at instant speed when the opponent flashes them in on your end step. Glass Casket plays a role, along with Birth of Meletis and Omen of the Sea, cards you're used to seeing in this style of deck. Elspeth Conquers Death, usually trying to get back Skyclave Apparition or Narset, but also just exiling the opponent's goodies and taxing them. What makes Elspeth Conquers Death even better? Draw a card, off Whirlwind of Thought. And then the win cons, there is the Yorion itself, just one of them, because it's an 80, because you actually need a thicker deck so that you draw the cards with Whirlwind of Thought and you don't mill yourself. See how this works? Playing an 80 is just... giga brain sometimes. It's the right thing to do when there's mill decks in the format. Come on, get on board, guys. The Shark Typhoon, that can win games. That's a game winner right there. Dream Trawler, that'll bring home some bacon. Emiria's Call, maybe. Seagate Restoration, the tilt monster. Just make a mega hand. The opponent will scoop. And then Ugin, just an Ugin, come out, sweep up the board, clear things up. Just some fun, different variety of win cons to play to, and then a mana base that has a Castle Ardenvale win con and a Castle Vantress Scry Machine and a bunch of land that may or may not produce the colors we need. The mana is a little bit funky because, like we showed, double red for this card, double white for this card, and throw in a blue somewhere can be difficult. But aside from that, I found this to be a very fun deck and a great take on Yorion. So let's give the people what they demand, what they want, what they need, what they clearly sub for. The Sky Noodle. Let's dive in and let the nonsense begin. All right, rock and roll. New season, new ladder. Same annoying players and decks. Let's start it off with Hateful Eidolon. Do I want to pay 3 life to kill this? Yeah, of course. Assert dominance. Don't let the opponent push you around, ever. Under any freaking circumstances. Exile everything they do. Mono black do nothing, you say. Well, that means I don't buy Yorion, which is kind of a tilt. Alright, let's set up another white. We could also have taken another draw step, and then this would be untapped. Maybe that was a mistake. Die. Like I said, don't give them an inch. You get nothing. Absolutely nothing. Alright, so we drew another red source. We've got double blue. We've got double white. I guess I'll go get another red, so I don't have to play the smashing as a land unless I want to. They hardcast a Murderous Rider. It's possible I should have drawn a card there, because it means they might have another one. Okay, they don't. Lucky. I'd rather be lucky than good. Oh yeah.
Enlightenment begins within.
Let's go ahead and casket this thing. And then buy the Yorion with the extra mana. Come here, Woe Strider. You're mine. Empty casket's always good for the Yorion. Oh, there's the Whirlwind. Okay. Let's start cooking. We might have an emblem next turn. Ooh, then we're getting 2 damage and a card for every spell. Oh yeah, baby. Forget it. Our opponent came prepared. They put Demonic Embrace on a goat.
Your form could use.
What more could you want? 2 mana left over after we make that play. Or we can draw a card and discard to the Narset to kill the goat.
Strike with a cunning mind.
Goat down. We has taken out the target. It was, in fact, a goat. A white goat. Castle takes a pricey draw.
Breathe in. Exhale.
Cards drawn off Whirlwind, 0, but we'll just slam the Yorion, put some pressure on the board, give the opponent a target to shoot at, rebuild the loyalty of Narset a little.
Whether friend or foe, state your intent.
There's a Mire's Grasp. What else you got? Minions return. When it dies, return it to the battlefield under your control. That's epic. Yoink. Now I have something to shoot at.
Enlightenment begins within.
Get him. Draw a card. Whirlwind being absolutely beautiful. Woe Strider, come out and play. So, Woe Strider escapes, new goat token arrives, Demonic Embrace stays in the graveyard. Another Whirlwind. Tempting. Also, do I have to kick this goat? I think we kick the Woe Strider and play the Trawler. Usually you don't want 2 Whirlwinds on the battlefield. I know it's exciting.
Then act.
Okay, fine, I'll do it. You talked me into it. I hear you. I hear you in the comments. You want 2 Whirlwinds. You shall have 2 Whirlwinds. Normally you don't want to do it, though. You end up decking yourself in epic fashion. Murderous Rider the Narset.
Not my plan.
Yep, keep it coming, Zombie Knight. Let's do this. Let's do this. I mean, I could just play the... Alright, let's do it. Just get the Trawler down and get going here. Let's go, Dreamy Boat. I will go Hexproof. Don't think we'll need that Skyclave Apparition. Demon Hug. Woe Strider returns. Murderous Rider attacks. Built yourself a Baneslayer Angel. Bravo. Except the protection from demons thing wouldn't be the same. Soul Seer. Draw 2. Yes. Oh yeah. A little scry action. We'll see if you have the stamina to see that card. to live to your next turn. Let's get Fabled up in here. That's what I thought. You don't have what it takes to take a hit like that from Dream Trawler. Yeah, that'll kill some stuff, but does the opponent care? They also are a Yorion deck. Alright, if they have counter spells and we don't, it's going to be hard. We're going to need some whirlwinds. Good lord, the volume on those sound effects was too high. What is up with my sound mix? It's actually super awkward all of a sudden. In a control matchup, this can be very good. Very good. Oh, I think the gain got turned down. There. This should make me louder. A little louder. Maybe a little scratchier, but a little louder. For your pleasure. Now what? I think we'll play the Omen. Get some idea of what's going on in the world. Our opponent has Omen. I mean, I think I know what they're up to. I think it's Doom Foretold, so I'm going to play my Omen now, in case they run Mystical Dispute. Omen's pretty important. These are both cards that I think they have to respect, even if it doesn't make my mana particularly better. We have a lot of tapped land going on. We should have time for that, though. Plenty of time for tapped lands. Egg. Tapped land. Yeah. Yep. What do I do about Dance of the Mans? I guess I have to exile a lot of things. Soul Seer. Can shoot down a Yorion, which might be a thing. I mean, it will eventually be a thing. I just don't know if that's what we need. Spot removal doesn't exactly seem great, but I don't want to just get attacked down by the 4/5 and let them untap with it, so I guess I'll keep it. Not sure about that. I'd prefer Elspeth Conquers Death. By a lot. Would you like to cast your Doom Foretold? No, but they would buy their Yorion. Let's just draw. The opponent will deal with it somehow. They always feel pressured to deal with a Planeswalker. I doubt they'll just cast their Yorion here, even if it might actually be the better play. Since Narset isn't going to do too much. Make a little mana. But it gives me a turn to hit land drops. Maybe I'll play Skyclave and exile the Omen before the opponent gets to Yorion it. Golden Egg number 2. Alright, they're really setting up for a Yorion, and I guess they don't care about my Narset. Maybe they're listening to me. It's too bad I don't have much to do with the mana. Or anything, really. We could draw another card there. Just get 2 cards out of it, but that makes the opponent's Doom Foretold a lot better, which I'm not interested in handing them. Let's get their Omen off the board. They can scry with it if they really want to, but they might have an Omen of the Sun they'd rather play if they're trying to set Yorion up. Yeah, they want to keep it in the graveyard for the dance. But hey, that means I can blink my Skyclave without feeling bad about it someday. There's nothing hidden underneath it. 2 to the top. Must be nice. I got punished for keeping Soul Seer. Immediately drew a card that also dealt with Yorion. Cringe. Are they going to deal with Narset now? It can draw another card. People hate it when you draw cards. Wow, 4 mana for a Bloodchief's Thirst. Okay, do what you gotta do. So, we're gonna draw with Narset. Let's go get a Plains. Land drop for turn. Narset, draw. There we go. That's the card. That's a card we need. Opponent, Smash Cast Shark Typhoon. Giga Brain.
Many paths lie before me.
Alright, so buy our Yorion for next turn to flicker our ECD if it's still around. Or just to flicker our Skyclave and get further ahead in the Yorion War. Oh my. That is not where they wanted to play that. They needed their own ECD that turn. Oh my. And they played that right, like knowing I have a Yorion. Whew. So, they can't cast spells once this goes off. Alright. Now we'll take a draw. We will decline the discard because we're going to exile this with ECD anyway. That Seagate Restoration might turn out really nice. But I still think that we play the Yorion this turn. The egg is going to go to the graveyard because they'll sacrifice it for life. But that just means we're free to blink Skyclave some more if we get a way to. It's not a full-on Yorion deck. I don't have a lot of ways to get Yorion back, just the ECDs. And that can be interfered with by any kind of exile effect for the graveyard or the battlefield. Nice. Oh yeah, keep it coming. Still want a Whirlwind. A Whirlwind would mean I'm getting way ahead. They would have to deal with a Whirlwind. And they haven't even dealt with Narset, so... Alright, they want to clear off my critters. I'll have to live with that. Which means that the... Well, it means Yorion's not coming back, but there's still Narset in the graveyard for the ECD. There's a Whirlwind. Oh my goodness. Go big. Go over the top. There's another Narset coming back, so the opponent doesn't have to worry about this Narset. I wish if I could do it again, I would have restored first, and then I could have discarded the Dream Trawler to the Narset so that I get it back for free. And I could have targeted one of my walls with the Narset kick. I think that play would have been sweet. I'm kind of mad I missed it. But Narset gets exiled here, so I guess it's all fine. We're still going to get paid for our ECD unless the opponent does something about this. Kill it now or kill it after the Whirlwind? If we kill it after the Whirlwind, we draw a card. We have 48 cards here. I don't know. I think it's better to use my mana well. At that point, we're just being greedy. Although we're going to have a ton of mana next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Scorching Dragonfire. Exile your Apparition. Make 4/4. Return Narset. With loyalty. We'll threaten an ultimate next turn.
State your intent.
Let's attack with the 4/4. You have an Omen? You do. We've got some targets to shoot at. Let's make a little blue because it's the best. Here is Whirlwind of Thought. Now, we could play Dream Trawler, but we want to maximize Whirlwind. We want to get plenty of draws off of it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Actually, we don't have a 2-mana removal spell. I was going to play ECD, and I guess we could play Soul Smashing for nothing and cycle it. Oh, we could just play second Whirlwind. That ain't bad. We have no maximum hand size. That's pretty epic, actually. That's scoop worthy for the opponent. No more. Make it stop. Make it stop, please. We will try this hand out. We can fetch white, then fetch white, and the mana gets moving pretty well. Emiria's Call. What could it be? Nice draw. Do we want red? Do we want blue? I guess we want red. Because this is our blue, and then we can play either of these. Mana should get better from there. Green, white, Scavenging Ooze. No thank you. I do not want my graveyard consumed by ooze. Thank you very much. So are they a Skyclave Apparition deck? That's a good question. Do they have a trap? Let's go find out. Nothing. I'm going for it. We're just slamming the Whirlwind as if we had the Great Henge on turn 4. Yeah, give it a read. Questing Beast. Ow. That, Okay, nice draw. Boom. This game is going to go well. I can already see a pattern where we play ECD, we play Narset, we discard the Dream Trawler, and then we get back the Dream Trawler if the opponent doesn't have another Scavenging Ooze. And it's beautiful, to be honest. Legion Angel. And an Innkeeper. Opponent trying to hang in there. So yeah, we'll play the Birth, we'll go fetch Plains, then we'll play the Narset, we'll kick the Legion Angel, because who cares about card advantage? We draw a card for every non-creature spell in the deck. And we'll discard the Dream Trawler, which we get back for free with the Elspeth Conquers Death, as long as the opponent doesn't play Scavenging Ooze next turn. They would have to have their second Ooze in their top 13 cards. It's not there. Oh my goodness. Oh, the humanity. Oh, the humanity. That was brutal. Triome, which is really nice for the mana, and a flurry of removal. We can keep it. Emiria's Call. Lots of people phone into Emiria. This looks like the same deck. Nope, never mind. This is probably Selesnya Yorion, if you have Trail of Crumbs. So what do? We're going to want to Skyclave Apparition the Trail for sure. We could take the turn to play one of the tap lands, or we could play the Birth. I think we'll play Birth and set up with an untapped pain-free land for the next turn. What is this matchup? We want Elspeth Conquers Death, and a lot of it. We have an Ugin in the deck. That could be crucial. We also definitely want to get Whirlwind going as soon as we can. Whirlwind is going to be a way to try to keep up in cards with this opponent. We also want to try to keep their board mostly clear so that Yorion doesn't pay them off as much as possible. I'm really not sure who's actually favored in the Yorion matchups. It seems like it could go either way, depending on whose draw just lines up better. Speaking of lining up, let's get him. Yeah, actually drawing Whirlwind and getting to use it is huge. Oh, that's probably really good. There are things the opponent can do to play around it, but it's not things that people do commonly. And I don't know if they'll play around Ugin in my Jeskai deck. That's the fun thing about being a brewer. They don't always know what you're up to. Alright. I could put the casket on the battlefield to flicker it later. That seems pointless. I could cycle Shark Typhoon for another 3/3 and attack the opponent, try to get them to play Yorion on an empty board. I could buy my own Yorion. I think it's the Shark Typhoon, to be honest. I don't think we can, in good conscience, slam the Shark, because Elspeth Conquers Death will exile it. Seems reasonable that the opponent would have an Elspeth Conquers Death, considering that they haven't been doing too much on their turns. Alright, that's a nice sequence for them. We'll have to Shatter Skull smash it, but they get to draw 2 cards out of the deal. If we had an instant speed removal there, killing the Llanowar Visionary would have been nice. They play another Emiria's Call, which means that their hand must have spells, not lands, or they'd hold that at this stage. It's very close to castable. Speaking of close to castable, my Emiria's Call. So we could fire 2 removal spells at these. We could also play our Elspeth Conquers Death and exile their Visionary. We could shock in the Emiria's Call, kill them both. That seems pretty good, but we give up both of our lands, which could be good spells. Alas, I think it's the right play. Because we have other removal spells, like I really want this on the Yorion, I want this for flickering later. Plus I don't want anything under it for when I play Ugin. And we just keep the board clear for their Yorion. So we definitely wanted to kill both things if possible. The opponent might have a Wicked Wolf, no food. They might have an Elspeth Conquers Death, no targets. And we know they have a Yorion. So what's it going to be? It's going to be the Yorion. That's pretty sweet. We get to Soul Sear the Yorion. Buy our own Yorion. Keep the pressure on. And now they're down to 8. They have to start respecting the 3/3s. They must have just drawn that. They would have definitely played that last turn. So they have something they can play here. What is it? Okay, it is. They were slow rolling a Wicked Wolf, which makes sense. They were probably waiting for food. They might have another. And they have another Emiria's Call, because they're not playing it. I think that makes sense. So let's try to keep the pressure on. We can play Birth, go get a Plains. Then we Yorion the Birth, and then we have the Ugin for the following turn. All right. Another Yorion for the opponent. We've got the ECD to clear the way. They take 3. They must have just drawn that. Okay. They take 3. If we just blast that out of the way, we could hold up the Prophecy. I'm trying to think if there's a world where that's useful. I don't think so. I think it's a lot better to play the ECD. Get the opponent to 1. That way, well, gaining 3 life still puts them out of an Ugin Blast range, because they have food, but they're 1 more point away. Yep, here's your ECD. Target my Yorion. We'll Soul Seer our own Yorion to send it to the graveyard so that our ECD will get it back. The opponent's at 1 with 3 life from a food. If they tap this mana... They did tap the mana. They didn't see him coming. They didn't see Ugin coming, baby. BM dance. Oh man, that was an exciting game. Exciting game. This video needs more whirlwind, and this hand has it. Complete with Triome action. Radiant Fountain. Oh yeah, let's go. Remember to name red because double red's better, which is weird for me as I'm usually just all about that blue. Maze Mine Tome. Good work. That's good work. Don't think I need you. Do I want an untapped land? I can buy Yorion, then play Whirlwind of Thought. I guess untapped land is helpful. This give him the love. Give him the purple Hedron love. Nice tome. Would you like to scry now or later? Yeah? Okay. Scry now. Give him the scry. Tonight. Alright. Yorion. Black mana, Crystalline Giant. Where have I seen this deck before? Death Touch, not hexproof. So they're an Ugin deck. That means we want to hold back ECD as much as possible, but I also want to play the Whirlwind as soon as possible. This makes it so that I can get some draws out of it before Ugin comes down and sweeps it all away. So I'm willing to take a hit here from the Giant because their deck isn't that aggressive to get this Whirlwind down and start drawing some cards. I think I can take a punch. The problem is if they get hexproof, and I'm willing to gamble that they won't. I'll take the gamble. It's like 1 in 9, right, that they get hexproof. Lifelink. Boom. Got him. Absolutely got him. Let's see what we hit with the Omen. Playing the Omen first does guarantee that we're not going to kill both creatures, but I think that's okay. And we have drawn all land. Tome scries to the top. Uh-oh. We'll keep Elspeth Conquers Death to fight Monument. We'll put land on the bottom. Let's give it another scry. Mythos. That can help clear up some creatures. We'll draw that. And take out the Giant. Slow the opponents down a little. Crawling Barrens is another card we're going to have to worry about. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to settle that problem. Ooh. That's not good. I guess I have a glass casket I could stuff it into. And then I could Soul Seer the Giant. It's risky, though. Mythos can freeze it for a turn. Might as well. Sure. Mythos says, hold still, Stone Coil. We need Skyclave Apparition. Or I need something to deal with the Giant after I switch the casket to the Stone Coil. One of the two. Another Whirlwind is not it. Another Solemn. Shark Typhoon, eh? Eh? I go Canadian there? Yeah, we'll find another I think the idea here is that we try to find another removal spell with the omens, and we switch the casket. If we find a fire prophecy, a scorching dragonfire, then we did good, right? Yorion! Our own Ugin. Not very good against colorless stuff, but we can play it next turn. And another ECD? Oh man, what is this game? I'll take them. I will take them. It's not exactly what I wanted, but I will take it all. I'm sure the opponent can kill this. Okay. Things are going well for them. At least their snake is dead. Archery reach. Down to 7. So now their beatdown plan is looking really good. They've got Cinder Barons too. I can actually mess them up pretty good here though. Yeah, I like that. Do I have another red? Yeah. And then I think the opponent will activate the Barons, which I can Soul Seer. Yeah, these Soul Seers have to take out these Barons. Alright, come on, let's get the activation. Let's go. Do it. They don't do it. Okay, fine. Fine, they have something else to do with their mana. Down to 5. Definitely scary here. Getting assaulted by my own creation. Oh no, that's too big. That's a great draw. Out of there. Do we hold this to hit the Barons? I think we need to. Oh man. Because, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, 6, 7, 8. They can't double charge it. But they're going to attack with Solemn. You know what? Let's play bold. I can always chump the Barons here. I got some stuff off the field. Let's see if they have another Ugin. I think they'd love to play another Ugin. Do I have anything in the graveyard to get back? The Yorion got exiled. Okay, Barons it is. Next turn they might... If they have the land, I guess I can still hit them next turn. Oh, they don't... What? Oh yeah, I guess they don't want to attack into the apparition. Oof. I feel terrible now. Am I really gonna put my student, my disciple, playing this sweet, sweet deck, am I going to put them on YouTube after that play? I don't know, man. I don't know. That feels messed up. That feels messed up. Wait a minute. I'm evil CGB. Of course I will. Bang. Let's start working on them. We're going to need the Ugin Ultimate. Okay, we're doing this again. And now the ECD tax gets him. Oh, man. So that Crawling Baron still ain't getting there. I think I play this so I can get Ugin back if Ugin were to die. So if the opponent plays Bloodchief's Thirst, which there are 3 of in the deck, takes this out, then we'll get it back sooner if we use this. Just play it now. Boom. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. Now they get to charge the Barons. Oh, but if they attack with this Barons, but they drew another Barons. Baron, 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 Barons. Oh my lord. Yeah, I know. I got you. I got you. Ooh, that's not a good draw. Oh man. That's not a good draw. Getting back the Ugin won't save me. We need the top deck. Oh, that could be good enough. If they don't have another land. If they top deck an untapped land, they should win. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. They go for the Ugin! What a troll! What a troll! What a troll. Good game though. I hate it, but okay. We are back for the post-game wrap on the first of our 12 days of Yorion to celebrate that which is Sky Noodle. The deck doesn't require Yorion, but it does make it better. Having a thicker deck to draw more cards with Whirlwind of Thought is just a silly argument that never gets old for me, especially when I'm casting cards like Seagate Restoration. And it's a fun take on Jeskai. If you want to make some adjustments, I understand. You might cut some Soul Seers and Fire Prophecies for counter spells. If you're a mage who wants some control of the interaction on the stack. Like, as it is, we lose to cards like Zenith Flare pretty easily. We have no interaction for stuff like that. And I take those lumps because we're very good against aggressive creature decks of just about any kind. Green, white, red. It was weird for me. I didn't play mono red today. It's hard for me to release a video without thumping mono red. It's almost like a calling. Like I wake up in the morning and it's like, where's some mono red? I gotta let them know that their deck sucks. but alas, I guess we'll go without thumping mono red today. And I will say you can season this deck to taste in many ways. You can even cut the Yorion and go with a 60. All you'd have to do is cut some of the Yorion leaning cards like Apparition, Casket, and Omen, and about 8 mana producers like 2 Birth of Meletis and a bunch of other land. And voila! Voila! Not a Yorion deck. It's not hard if you want Yorion out of your deck. I still think Mythos of Vadrock is better than Shatter the Sky. It has been for me. Maybe I just haven't played enough, but we have so much removal. If we trimmed any of the removal, maybe that would have to be Shatter because then, I don't know, we wouldn't keep the battlefield as clear. But Mythos has been great for me. I don't know. I like it. And the win cons can be seasoned to taste as well. You know, Ugin, Dream Trawler, Shark Typhoon. Play more of the ones that you want to play or that you own, and you can cut the others. Anyway, I enjoyed the deck. I hope you did too. And hopefully, a lot more Sky Noodle will finally set the sub rate back on track. If you want to help us get to 100,000 subscribers, we are under 5,000 away. So please, hit that subscribe button. Maddie B, hit the do something impressive. Make them realize that they need to hit that sub button. I don't know what it's gonna be. I don't know what it's I'm just gonna go ta-da! Look at that. How could you not subscribe? Thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.